Hi guys. Hello. How are you guys? How are you guys? We are making an incredible, soft and fluffy condensed milk buns. This is my first attempt. After this, I will put a link to the actual YouTube video with the recipe, but I'm gonna try this. I think it's gonna be really tasty. I'm looking forward to it. So what we have for ingredients for this is a cup of milk, a quarter cup of sweetened condensed milk, of course, 1 egg, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 2 1/4 teaspoons of instant yeast, 3 cups and 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, some salt, and 1/4 cup of salted butter. This is supposed to be a really yummy dough. I hope you guys enjoy this dough. I know I will. Now first, what we have to do is join the, wet ingredients with each other. So, take your milk. I'm using an instant powder milk, by the way. Take your condensed milk, put that into the milk, like so. This is a 1/4 cup of condensed milk to a cup of milk. 1 egg. 2 tablespoons of flour. And the yeast, the 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. We'll put that in there. And then about a teaspoon of salt. And since I'm shaking it, it looks a lot, but it's not. There we go. And then you just mix that in. Make sure the egg is whisked in with the yeast. So nice. You can put that there. Right now I'm mixing the egg in with the yeast, making sure it gets nice. And we let this proof the yeast concoction for about 10 minutes. You don't have to do it very long with this one. So we'll just let that sit for a minute. How's everyone doing? How's everyone in the audience? This is an interesting recipe. It's called condensed milk rolls, and it just sounded fascinating to me when I saw this. It was actually given to me by one of my mods, Heretic, and she was like, I'm making this. So I was like, you know what, I have all the ingredients, I can make this too. So we're gonna make it and see how it is. So we're both making this today, so let's see how both recipes. She's making it in bread form. I'm making it in roll form. I really enjoy rolls. I really do. You think the yeast would like really expand because of the condensed milk? Oh, make sure that your milk, by the way, is room temp, not cold, but room temp, so it can allow the yeast to activate. You can tell it's activating because you'll start seeing little bubbles pop up And that's what you want for a good, solid freaking meal, man. But we also need some oil. But this is like a really cool recipe. And I saw it made today and I was like, you know what? Gotta try it. I'm figuring it might taste like, you know those old country buffet like rolls? I figured this is what it's gonna taste like, but we're gonna find out. You have to allow the bread to process twice. So we're going to make the dough up. We're gonna allow it to, you know, rise. We're gonna punch it down, and then we're gonna put it in the roll type situation, and then we'll proof it for another 45 minutes. You proof the first time for an hour. The second time you proof for 45 minutes. And we're gonna find out how this process is. So, yeah, I think it's gonna be good. So, we're gonna see how this is, man. I can't wait to see it. Are you excited? You know, this all leads up to, you know, tonight's cooking show, which I'm gonna be making some, I know it sounds weird, but it's, bologna, it's turkey bologna. It's turkey bologna and Kraft cheese, processed American cheese, chaffles. And I'm also gonna make a Spanish rice alongside it with the rolls. I think that'll be really good for tonight. Also, I have this strawberry jello cake that I wanna show you guys on how to make. It's a no-bake cake, so you'll be happy about that. I'm sure a lot of people would be happy with this no-bake cake. I've had this by my mother-in-law, and I have to say when I had it, it was so delicious, and not my second mother-in-law, my first mother-in-law, my son's grandmother. That's when I had this initially, except I'm making it strawberries, she made it blueberries, so I think it's gonna be nice and good. Now this is getting nice, improved, and activated right now. It's eating up all that delicious condensed milk sugars and the 2 tablespoons of sugar in it. And it's just gonna be a nice, smooth consistency with this yeast in here. Oh yeah. It's looking beautiful. Beautiful is the word today for you. So, oh, this is beautiful, gorgeous, gorgeous among the gorgeousness of this beautiful. By the way, if you want to join my membership, go to comments and it should be, or go to the description and it should be in the description, the link for my membership. By the way, it should be, let me see. Stop, 1 minute, let me help you guys out. Okay. I'm gonna put this in right here. If you join this link right here that I'm putting down and I'm pinning, you could be joining my membership and you could be talking to me right now. Just pin that message. There we go. Go to that link and you can join my perks of being a member and talk to me right now. So, oh, looks lovely. I think it's almost done. I think it's been, yeah, it's been about 10 minutes now, which is lovely. And now we're just gonna slowly incorporate the flour. I'm gonna stand up for this one. Just mix it until it's a big old dough ball, guys. You kind of want to fold the flour in. You see how I flip the spatula? And you want to make sure you get all the flour incorporated into this. Just a little flour at a time. Just a cup at a time, I would say. Let me turn this down a little bit so you can see a little bit more the dough. Oh, this is a lovely looking dough. Oh. Now it's like a brownie batter texture, but we're still putting the flour in. Save the quarter cup. You may not need it. Now I'm gonna switch to my hands and mixing this now. Just fold it into itself. Oh. Yeah. I was right. It wouldn't need the the full 3.5 cups. Just packing that dough in. Okay. That's all it's gonna need. You see, leftover, you don't need that. All right. Now, you wanna take the remaining flour and put that on here. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, clean bowl, dried and put aside. Now, the next thing we do is we have to incorporate the butter into this dough. So how I saw them do it, and you have to have softened butter, is they kind of like spread it on the dough like this in the video. They spread it on the dough and they just folded it. Let me make sure this is, there we go. They folded the butter into the dough until it was nice and smooth. So I'm getting butter all over my hands. So let's go get that butter in that dough like this. I didn't do it. This was part of the recipe. This is how they incorporated the butter in the dough. So I'm gonna make sure that's really incorporated. And I think it is actually right now. Really good. Yeah. Oh yeah. This is gonna be such a rich tasting dough because of the butter in it. Oh my God. Mmm. You could smell the butter with the yeast and the condensed milk. Oh my God. This is incredible dough. You should try this recipe. It's a surprise stream. I love it. I never heard of this before. I'm curious to learn. Yeah, I'm gonna put the recipe of this in my description after I'm done, but it's really, oh, look at that dough. Look at the color. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it smells sweet. It smells almost like Hawaiian bread. That would be a cool thing to do, is Hawaiian bread. But then it's all incorporated. So the next thing you do is you just take a little oil, put that down there, and just cover the ball with oil, and then cover it with a tea towel, like I'm going to do. And wait for it to proof for about an hour. So stay tuned, guys. In about an hour, I will be back, and we're gonna form these buns. There's a specific technique they like to use for these buns, so I'm curious. So stay tuned for that technique of how to form this dough. See you in a little bit. Peace and marinatha, guys.